This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Looks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Bowman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
All right, welcome out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium in Girard, Kansas, where your 20-11 Girard Trojans are going to take on the 20-9 Baxter Springs Lions in a best-of-5 matchup. I'd like to let you know the Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. So we're going to step away for our first break real quick, and when we come back, we'll have the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. When we return, you're going to watch Trojan Volleyball on Girard Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years, with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him, and it's going to be a big loss.
The Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Welcome back out here to the Community Bank and Trust pregame show. I'd like to let you know a pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, I'm Jess Murphy. Alongside me's Sarah Goebel, and I think we're in for a good old rival CNC matchup between the Trojans and the Lions. Pretty equal team record-wise. Just as a local homer of the Girard Trojans, I think the Trojans face maybe a little more tougher post-off-league schedule, as Trojans got beat by a tough McPherson team the other day who's ranked in the 4A Acacia rankings. Trojans come back and beat a previously undefeated Chanute team earlier in last week or so. Like we said in the opener, this Trojan team's 20-11, Sarah, and they battled through quite a few injuries throughout this season, and I think they're starting to get healthy at the right time here.
Yeah, coming back from injuries is Erica Boatman. She rolled her ankle a couple weeks ago. And Emily Hanks, she had a concussion. With those 11 losses, most of them came during that period where they didn't have their star setter. So Coach Jackson had to actually pull up her libero to become the setter for those times that Hanks was out. And then tonight we'll see Erica back in the game, but we will also see Briley Black coming in as back row just to keep Erica, not risking the chance of her getting more injured tonight.
They're kind of going to nurse her back softly and just kind of play the front row as Erica and Briley Black will do some back row passing coming in as a freshman. And the last time we had these Trojans on Girard Sports Live, freshman Avery Brooks got thrown into the mix right there. So, I mean, it's not that they haven't fought through injuries before, and it's nothing new. And Sarah, you and I were talking before we started this pregame show here that, as we're watching this JV game on your camera at the moment, and that's kind of how you build a program, is having a strong JV. The C team just got done playing over here to our left, and watching these JV girls, they're just about here going to win this set in two. So, talk about, Farrell, how you believe a good JV program builds a varsity.
Building from the bottom up, you're going to have the strongest people at the top, but yet you're still focusing on your JV players, your C team players, just the same as you are the varsity players. And that's what makes a good coach and a good, well-rounded team. Also, with that, we talked about earlier how a good JV team and how competitive and strong they are, as you can see them playing right now, helps keep the varsity in check and helps them grow as a team as well.
Yeah, so we're going to step away for another break, and when we come back, we're going to have some keys of the game, and it is senior night here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, and we'll have all that festivities for you as well when we come back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show after these words from our sponsors.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family-owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high-quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com. A proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
All right, welcome back out here to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We're getting ready for senior night, as Mr. Schwartz is going to announce, and we're going to maybe get me and Sarah to hush up and see if we can't catch what Mr. Schwartz has to say about these senior girls tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you tonight to the 2025 Holiday Senior Night. Number 18, there. Fortunately, all the long time, she ordered to not volunteer express in sleeping. It's been over from the Trojans all watching for 4 years. She's been involved in the symphony. I was the best to see her. You sad. She was cheer and was drafted. After she went to a children, his first day of university was a great decision. And was not about the cheerleading. Her first time in the academy was because of the state tournament where her sister sing clear. Last year, her singer singing last year. And we were first type 2 diabetes, which will this video because there is now a second. Our system was 0.5. I said that we were expressive, so we were very that's a little. She's just able to dance with me. Talking back to she learned yeah, my great system. Soften, of course, that's the system. Killers, sad, national lunch design. After high school, she wonders to go back and rest up. The tips from her school and working in psychology. Her favorite recruit was she was still the remember she knew was still tired of her teammates falling off with her Number 25. Our next senior, number 12, Baxter. That is an outside worker that I enjoy the ball of that team. She's excellent to that and the list of testers. That is the level of the Trojan ball of that team for 4 years. She's been involved in basketball, softball, time, technical, SEC, SAG, SIG, K-Race, Stuka, NHS, math, and surgically class secretary. After high school, she went to like Dr. Landon instead of business and accounting. Her favorite memory was essentially, gym and soon carried the extended volume. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, I don't say your record was listed as number 9. Spots in the United States. Boston is a member of the Trojan Volleyball team. She's escorted to the United States. Joe Volleyball, she's been a member of the team for 2 years. She's also been involved in FCC. That's right, basketball. Softball. After high school, she went into the team and stepped into college to pursue a third degree in cosmetology. Her favorite movie is still time on the team on the number 9, Miss Foster International. Our next senior event is number 6, my favorite. Miley is a race and she's expert tonight on race. This is her happy appointment and is definitely in front of her. For the children all since the past 4 years from American. Softball, FCC 7. After K-Race and Indians, after high school, she wanted to go to travel. Her favorite member of volleyball is an intuition runs with a third eye to substitute and go to states. But for Girard, no, it's just with silence.
Well, there was our senior introductions by Mr. Schwartz. It's always a tearful night as it's the last home game for the seniors, but it doesn't have to be. As I was talking to Coach Jackson earlier tonight, sub-state rankings won't be out till this weekend. She said she'll know more by Sunday, and very possible the way the seedings are coming in that they could have a home game, Sarah.
Yeah, and especially they talked about it last year, and if you caught what Mr. Schwartz said, a lot of these girls' favorite memory is playing sub-state here at home. So hopefully for their senior year, they can experience the same thing as their predecessors before them.
Oh, there's
something different about it.
Of course, and there's just special air inside of here of Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, and whether you're playing basketball or volleyball, I mean, there's just something about playing at home. So, well, we're going to step away real quick for another break, and when we come back, we will have Eyes to the Game and a whole bunch of more stuff here on Community National Bank pregame show.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state farm and ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, Girard, Kansas, where your Girard Trojans are getting ready to take on the Baxter Springs Lions in a best-of-5 volleyball matchup. Sarah, it's volleyball. I mean, and we talk about it in all sports. And you could give a pretty generic answer of, one pass, a good set, a good kill. That's all ways to win a ball game. But give us your keys to the game as a college volleyball player, to maybe a little extra insight into what it takes to actually win and play good volleyball.
Well, I'm going to give you a simple answer. Keep it simple, stupid. That's truly volleyball. If you get in a rut where you're down a couple points or you're just making mistake after mistake, if you go back to the basics, like you said earlier, it starts with the first pass. If the pass isn't perfect or pass isn't there, you can't run an efficient offense. Now, if the pass is there, the set's there, same thing. You have to have all three keys where you have to have a pass, set, and a kill. It doesn't have to be a hard-driven ball. Sometimes a key to winning a game is finding the spots that are open. Normally, with teams like this, Donut's going to be open, and if Donut's not open, all the back row is closed into that hole. And so that calls that the back corners are going to be open or your tees are going to be open. It just depends on where, the smart play is in getting the points. Also, communication. Communication is a big one into winning a ball game. With a lack of communication, you're going to have hesitation. Nobody's going to know whose ball is what and where the spots are also open, because your back row communicates with your front row communicates with your back row. Just communication is key.
Yep, and I 100% agree with you, Miss Sarah Goebel. And those keys of the games are brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400, just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. And just elaborate a little bit on what you was talking about, Sarah. Serving, to me, you can just get the old get me over type serve and not put any pressure on the defense and just allow them to get a good pass. Or you can gamble a little bit and try to give some top spin serves, some little floater serves, and just try to hit some corners on some serves as well. Volleyball is a lot more strategic than a lot of people give it credit for.
Yeah, and you'll see Coach Jackson or Coach Crane on the sideline. They'll have their clipboard up so we can't see what numbers, but they have spots where they serve to strategic people. Sometimes you want to serve in between seams. And like you talked about, you have top spin, which we don't see a lot of top spin out of the Trojans, but you see a lot of floaters where there's not a lot of rotation on the ball, and it kind of makes the ball move from side to side or drop early. We saw in the Frontenac and Colgan game, the last game we actually broadcasted, the Trojans served deep to where the defense was having to catch at their chest, which is also a deadly move and it's risky because you could serve too far and go out, but the reward pays off.
And there's about 17 minutes going to be till we're going to have our opening serve. So it's volleyball. I joke all the time. Both my daughters played a lot of volleyball. My youngest played a tremendous amount of volleyball, so we're going to have a full practice here before we play, as I call it. But it's just a 20-minute warm-up session as both teams go to get warmed up. So we're going to step away for another break here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. And we come back, we'll have a whole lot more, and I guarantee some Trojan volleyball before this deal gets over. You're watching Girard Trojans on Girard Sports Live.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, welcome back out here once again to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium in Girard, Kansas, where the Lady Trojans are getting ready to take on the Lions from Baxter Springs. And in a game that probably has a little bit of sub-state seeding implications, like we talked about earlier, Trojans coming in at 20-11, the Lions coming in here at 20-9. So it'll be in a best-of-5 series here and a head-on matchup. When you broadcast or play in a triangular, a lot of times at the high school level, it's a best-of-3, but we got to go on to a whole best-of-5, and that could, you talk to us a little bit about, Sarah, about the difference maybe in a 3-game set compared to a 5-game set.
In a three-game set, you just have to win 2. And recently in the Trojans, they've kind of struggled getting over the hump of playing all the way through 2 sets and winning consistently and having to go into 3. So this game shouldn't be anything new. Winning 3 out of 5, 5-game or 5-set match. You do have to have a little bit more endurance, I would say, and just kind of stay locked in and focused in and during the whole match. You can't just lose. I mean, you have more of a chance to come back because you have 5 sets instead of 3, but you can't lose focus here. You have to keep with it throughout the whole game.
And in volleyball, I'd like to point out, you have your left side, your right side, and your middle. As far as the hitters go, the left side hitter is normally your strongest hitter. Not to take anything away from the right side hitter, but that backside hitter is there on a good pass. You can back set. The middle, to me, is always the wild card because it kind of takes a perfect pass to set a good middle hit. But, man, if you have a good middle and getting a lot of good passes in, that middle can sure make a whole difference in a ball game.
Yeah, having the option to run a middle is deadly. With this type of offense that the Trojans run, where they're running a 5-1, they have the option to use their middle as a right side hitter as well. In times they can run slide. So not only do they have to worry about getting a perfect pass, but they can also use a 2-pass, for example, to set up their middles. And a lot of times, like Coach Jackson and Coach Crane preach to their middles to follow the setter, to go in front. You'll see communication between the setter and the hitter. If the setter is running in front, they typically say behind, and they'll just set them quickly behind their back. And the middle should always follow your setter.
So you see the Trojans over there doing their warm-up line drills. Let's go into starting lineups. And starting lineups are going to be brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you're going to find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carlos Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. And we're just going to go down seeing how it's senior night. Trojans are going to start right side hitter number 6, senior Miley Franklin. Left side hitter number 12, senior Maddie Kester, who's having herself not only a great season, Maddie's had a great career. Number 18, Megan Bennett, she'll play a little right side, maybe a little middle as well. Number 25, we talked about Erica Boatman, senior this year. She's coming off of an ankle injury pretty severe one that's held her out for the last few weeks. So she's going to come back here and get some time and see how healthy she is and get her back on the game for sub-state. And then Trojans also run out their number 15, Lainey Prince. She's a junior. Number 21, Avery Bennett's a junior. Number 23, Caroline Bradshaw's a junior. And then their setter this year's number 1, Emily Hanks, coming in as a sophomore. And Breely Merrill, number 24, is a sophomore. She plays a lot of libero. And then you talked about it, young freshman number 3, Briley Black's going to get a lot of back row time in this game. And she's got a little bit of experience coming in as she's been playing some with all the injuries for the Trojans.
Yeah. Again, we talked about how this program is built from the ground up. Having the confidence in having a freshman come up and step in for Erica Boatman in the back row is huge deal. I'm excited to see how she plays this game.
Yep, and we're going to apologize early. We're not going to have a scoreboard camera as we have either not the right setup or a bad cord or something that we can't run the scoreboard. So I will call this a lot like a radio broadcast and keep you involved at the score. So we're about 8 minutes away as Baxter's taking their second turn, then Girard will get another turn, and then everybody will get to serve, and all that's going to happen in the next 7.5 minutes. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have the opening serve in Trojan volleyball, and you're going to watch it right here on Girard Sports Live.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
A Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
welcome back out here at Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. We're getting under 4 minutes till we're going to have some volleyball. I'd like to let you know it's time for our Community Connection, brought to you by the Girard Area Chamber of Commerce. Mark your calendars for Homecoming and Fall Festival 2025, October 17th and 18th. The full weekend of fun and fellowship right here in our hometown. Girard Events, celebrating community. For more information, go to girardchamber.com. Homecoming's always fun. I've always enjoyed homecoming, especially when you was a kid growing up. You couldn't wait for the parade and all the festivities. And then as you're in high school, it's a whole different deal. And I've heard that they're going to decorate the walls, and there's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff that went on, maybe even back in the 80s and 90s, Sarah, when I was growing up, which seemed like ancients ago. So, like I said, homecoming's always been dear to me.
I always enjoyed, Friday getting out of school early for the pep rally and the band. You could just, like the Jaws theme song, hear them coming down the halls and everything. And it's just a truly different experience whenever you reach in high school, at least.
Yeah. And like I say, and I think that our school does a great job of involving the Hatter line, the elementary kids, and the junior high kids all kind of get into it. But it is a big community deal, and the alumni associations kind of started to tie into it, and so there's always quite a few people in town for that great event.
Yep, just keeps everybody in the community remembering what they support, who is supporting them, and just helps you reconnect old ties that you've forgotten about whenever you graduate.
Yeah, 30 some years ago for me now. Boy, it doesn't seem like long ago. So if you're not doing anything October 17th and 18th, come on down to Girard for a good parade and a football game. Prairie View, I think, comes to town. And not to take anything away from our Trojan boys, but Prairie View has one of the best running backs in the state of Kansas, and he is something to watch. So he'll be here in town. Hopefully the Trojans can slow him down a little bit.
It'll be a good game.
Should be a great game, and I'm pretty sure Sarah and I will probably be at that one as well.
Yep.
And Friday night, we make the road trip up to Burlington. That has a pretty good implications on district seedings, as the boys are playing in districts as we speak. They won last week against Iola pretty big, and we'll see how Burlington is. I don't know a lot about them, but we're going to find out Friday as you're watching these Trojans girls work on their serves.
You can kind of see a little bit of their different serves, the balls that aren't moving as quickly, and are floating a little bit. Those are called floaters. Balls that have more rotation either come off the hand wonky or are truly intended to be a top spin serve.
Yep, and I'm going to, being an old baseball guy like I am, I'm going to tell you the floater serve is like trying to hit a knuckleball.
It's the worst kind of serve to pass.
I mean, you think it's coming at you, and then it might hit you in the face. You might just flat whiff at you.
Yep.
So this opening serve is going to be brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. So we're down to just the final 10, 15 seconds here before we're going to have some volleyball. As you see Coach Kugler gathering all the balls. Girls are going to start chanting. And that's another thing, too. Volleyball's loud. It's played indoors. And we talked about trying to get a home spot for a sub-state, at least get to play your first round at home. And you look over there in the stands there, it doesn't show on camera, but there's a lot of football boys. There's a lot. These teams really support one another here in Girard.
And that's really helped because the girls go and support the boys during their games. I've even seen where some of the boys, even if they're not, in relations with one of the volleyball girls, they'll still come and support at away tournaments. It just shows how well this community is together and connected and how much they support each other and truly believe in one another.
Yep. So another aspect of volleyball, the girls going to shake hands before the game starts.
Now, we've talked about it I don't actually know if we've talked about it, but they used to switch sides after every set, but now they don't do that. After COVID, they kind of went away with that.
Thanks, COVID.
My dad would really like if they switched sides so he could see him whenever he's sitting on the home side.
Yep. And then I don't know, as a player, maybe you get comfortable playing on one side or the other.
That's kind of what it is. If you switch sides, it makes more of a challenge. So at the college level, they still do switch sides, and it's really about your spatial awareness because you get comfortable on one side, you know exactly where you're setting to, even if you aren't really cognitive of where you are on the court, you kind of know.
Yeah, but it always helps. Like says, we talked about comfortability, communication. As you see, Breely Merrill checking in for her libero spot. It's just, I don't know what I wanted to say there. I kind of had a brain freeze, but so Baxter's going to serve first right here on the court for the Trojans. Miley Franklin, Megan Bennett, Erica Boatman, Emily Hanks, Breely Merrill, and Maddie Kester.
This is a little different setup that the Trojans have on the serve receive. They have their setter pulled back, actually. Emily Hanks is in that one spot. And I think they're going to have Erica Boatman take the first set if Hanks gets first ball pass.
So the ball is up, serves over. Breely's going to pass it. Erica is going to set it. She's going to go back row to Kester. Baxter digs it. They're going to set it across the left side off her fingers. Breely to Hanks across to Boatman, who gets it over. Baxter back across. Breely's going to pass it to Hanks. Going to go back across to Boatman. She pounds off top of the net and off Baxter's hands. Down it goes. First point goes to the Trojans. Kill Erica Boatman.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier about places that you don't necessarily have to swing hard but still get the point. You can see Baxter's really, really stuffed in. So if the Trojans hit any of those deep corners and a not so good out of system ball or a bad set, they're going to get a kill out of them.
Trojans just free balled across. Baxter's going to return the favor. Free ball. Boatman's going to pass it to Hanks. Going to go middle to Megan Bennett. She tips it across. Baxter free balls it across. Hanks across to Maddie Kester off their blockers and down. Trojans take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Trojans doing a great job executing plays here. Their passes, hopefully, I'll knock on wood after I say this, are looking top tier. They have a 3-pass almost every single time.
Good serve by Boatman, dug out by Baxter. They're going to go backside off the net, not touched. 3-0 Trojan lead here early in the first set.
Yeah, got to keep this momentum rolling. Got to keep with the rolling of the game. You can't just get complacent in the game.
Boatman serves it to the middle. Baxter's going to set it up strong side off our blocker's fingers. Breely Merrill to Hanks to Kester cross court. Great spot there to put that, Maddie Kester.
Great set by Hanks there. She is running as fast as she can to get there. Gets her feet not really set, but still the placement of that ball was perfect. That's really hard to do.
Boatman serves another one. Libero digs it out. They're going to go strong side again and into the net. Trojans take a 5-0 lead. Baxter served first. Since then, Boatman served 4 straight. Baxter's going to pass this when they go strong side. Off our fingers, blocks and down. Into the donut it goes for the first point for Baxter. Trojans still lead 5-1.
It looks like the Trojans are kind of cheating in their block on the outside there. They're mainly just covering cross or blocking cross. They're leaving line wide open for Baxter. And the hit before that was into the net. That Lion tried to go line there.
So Bradshaw comes in for Boatman. She quickly takes the pass. Good dig there by Breely Merrill, and that's going to come down as she passed it over the net. But it was a great dig there by Merrill to give the side-out Trojan lead 6-1.
Merrill is doing a great job as libero. She's reading the ball that's coming off the hitter's hands very well. Every time she has stepped into the hole right there with the block. But she's doing a great job at just reading the hitter.
So Megan Bennett serves. Trojans have to free ball this across. Baxter's going to go backside. Block down Laney Prince. 7-1 Trojan lead.
Beautiful job of Prince just getting up and closing that block and just being there and pressing down hard.
So Megan Bennett still serving for the Trojans. She serves one at little knuckles to the short side. And then Baxter sets up Maddie Kester for another kill. 8-1 Trojans. And that's going to take a timeout, Baxter.
I know we talked about it last time we were broadcasting volleyball, but Maddie Kester actually, right after the tournament, I believe, at Frontenac tournament, got her 1,000 kills there. Which
Yeah.
she's way over now.
And that's quite a career. Maddie got tremendous amount of playing time as a freshman, maybe even started some as a freshman.
She did. All 4 years, I believe she started. That's Coach Jackson does this one thing where she picks one player and just starts them all 4 years. I don't know if she still does that, but that's what happened to Maddie, what happened to Livy, and I think Britley Bailey as well. But she starts them and then grows them and knows their potential and coaches them throughout.
And sometimes she doesn't even have to pick them. I'm sure the talent of the players dictates that as well, because the players you named are all really good volleyball players. So Bennett's going to continue to serve the Trojans up 8-1. Baxter's going to set it across side, blocked again. Prince again. Laney Prince back-to-back blocks. Trojans lead 9-1.
Yep, doing a great job. I like that they're cheating over and just setting up their block on cross. It's proven very well.
Baxter's going to set backside. Bennett's going to pass it to Hanks. Hanks going to set it across to Maddie Kester. Down it goes. 10-1 Trojan lead. They're just coming out here on fire here early in this first set.
Yep, doing a great job. They have momentum. They keep communicating, talking, cheering. Just got to keep rolling. Don't get complacent.
Bennett with a good serve. Baxter goes cross side. Bennett digs that one out. Hank's going to set it. No one particular. Trojans free ball it across. There's that middle, and it's off our blocker's hands, but down it goes. Side out Baxter. 10-2 Trojan lead.
One, a very good hard hit, but also Prince just kind of had floppy hands there. She needs to have strong, big fingers to keep that block and keep pressing.
Baxter set the serve. Ball's up. It's over. Bradshaw's going to pass it to Hank's going to set Prince. Free ball's a deep corner. Their good pass goes to Kester. She takes it across. Baxter's going to hit that one out. Trojan side right back out. Take 11-2 lead.
Kind of got lucky on that one. We have everybody sucking in, kind of playing the game, being a little complacent here, not staying home in defense and being disciplined. But hey, it works.
So Franklin checks out. Black checks in. She's going to be back to serve. Hits a little floater to the middle. Baxter sets their middle. They go deep. Black passes it to Hanks. Hanks back across to Kester. Baxter's able to dig it. They're going to set. No one. Free ball across. Bradshaw's going to pass it to Emily Hanks, who misses. She passed it to the setter. Setter just went ahead and free swung in that 5-1 we talked about, Sarah.
Yeah, I got word that they've been working on that at practice. I love the aggressiveness as a setter. If you're running a 5-1, you have to have an aggressive setter because not all the time are the passes going to be perfect, and not all the time are you going to have the options of going outside continuously over and over again. It just really helps keep the defense on our toes.
Good little scramble volley right there. Hard to get a lift with your hands together, but
I think it rolled up on her.
But nonetheless, Baxter's going to side out the Trojans as Trojans still have 11-4 lead here in the first set. There's an errant pass by Black.
Yep, she just stood up right there and kind of angled her platform down. Just got to keep low. Don't stand up in a serve receive, and you've got the ball right there.
Merrill's going to dig that out. We're going to Hanks to Kester. Baxter digs it out. They're going to go middle. Breeley passes it to Hanks across to Kester. She tips it deep corner down the line. Trojans side out. Take a 12-5 lead.
Maddie just really smart there. You know, she's been swinging continuously. Now Baxter's going to anticipate that she's swinging all the time and kind of suck in, which they have been doing all game regardless, but really using to her advantage that tip.
That puts Kester back to serve. She serves it to the middle. Baxter can't handle it. Ace, 13-5, Trojans lead.
Absolute beauty of a serve right there. Kind of dives right in front of the defender. Just beautiful float.
Kester with another serve. Baxter digs this one out. They're going to set backside. Blocked again by Prince. They go middle. Kester's going to pass it to Hanks. Hanks going to go cross the Boatman, who powers it down cross court. 14-5 lead for the Trojans.
Beautiful swing. Beautiful cut right there by Boatman. Doesn't even show that she has a discolored ankle.
And she got a wrap on that hamstring, it looks like, as well.
Yep.
So Kester still serving. She serves one deep. Baxter's just going to have to free this one across. Black's going to pass it to Hanks, going to tip it. Prince back across to Black. Black over to Boatman. Baxter's able to handle it. They go set strong side through our blockers and down it goes. Side out Baxter. Trojans with a 14-6 lead.
I don't know if you can hear it because in our mics or on the audio, but I can hear Merrill in the back row being such a loud voice yelling. For example, in that free ball, she's yelling, Briley got it, Briley got it. That way is no confusion.
Black's going to pass this to Hanks, going to go to Boatman, who just powers it down. It's good to have Erica back. Trojan side right back out, 15-6.
Definitely has been a force that they've missed over the time.
That was a good hard hit there by Boatman, and that's going to put Merrill back to serve for the Trojans. We talk about a hard topspin serve. Brealey has one. There's just a little floater. Oh, that was out. Boatman, Hanks back to Boatman. Boatman goes to the short corner. Baxter sets it up. Merrill digs it. Hanks over to Boatman. Boatman pushes it over. They go middle. Does Baxter off our blockers. Hanks able to get an arm to it, but can't keep it in. Side out Baxter. 15-7 lead for the Trojans.
Just looks like a little miscommunication. Everyone's kind of hesitating and not really connecting. I wouldn't say hesitating. They're not just connecting together and playing as a team. They're kind of playing individually right now.
So Baxter's back to serve. Good serve. Brealey digs it and passes it over the net. Baxter puts it right down. 15-8 Trojan lead.
Right here, you just need to regroup, focus on, keep it simple, stupid, like I said in the pregame show. Focus on one thing at a time, kind of take a deep breath, get the ball back.
Kester's going to pass it to Hanks, who sets it over. Baxter recovers, but Boatman's going to tip it down for the side out. 16-8 lead as Trojans have them doubled up.
Just a smart play by Erica right there, seeing the hole. Even though Emily just went there, Baxter kind of trying to regroup a little bit. Erica just throws it right back in the same spot.
Hanks serves it across. Good block. Megan Bennett, Miley Franklin, both right there. Keeps the serve in Hanks' hands. Trojans leading 17-8.
Yeah, blocking is doing a phenomenal job right now.
Baxter's able to get that across. Trojans from the back row, Maddie Kester. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. 18-8 Trojan lead here in this first set.
Now they're starting to connect as a team and play together instead of individually. And that's kind of what the Trojans are kind of facing right now, roller coastering through these sets.
Baxter sets up back row. Hanks pops it up. Merrill's going to... Trojans will have to free ball across, as does Boatman. Baxter sets up backside. Boatman able to get a hand on it. Trojans will free ball it across. Baxter goes back row. Merrill, good pass to Hanks. See what she wants to go. Goes across that. Boatman off. Baxter blocks it. Bennett to Franklin. Through the Baxter blockers and down. Side out for Baxter. Trojans now lead 18-9.
Yep, got to get first ball kill here.
Baxter serves it up. A Merrill pass. Boatman sets. Kester back row and down it goes. Back row kill by Maddie Kester. Trojans up 19-9.
I kind of like that new serve receive right there where you have your setter pulled back and taking first pass and having Boatman up there as a setter.
Erica serves it across. Baxter's going to free it across, and that's going to be too deep. Trojans now lead 20-9.
Good follow by Merrill, making sure, you can hear everyone yelling out, but you got to double check and make sure, follow it to the line.
Boatman still serving. Baxter struggles here. They're going to free it across. Miley Franklin to Hanks to Megan Bennett. Blocked. Blocked there by number 20. That is Layla Weaver for Baxter. Good one-on-one matchup right there, and she wins that one. Sides Baxter out. Trojans still lead 20-10.
Yeah, with Megan being pushed that far to the right side, she has no option but to cut to the left here.
Merrill's going to pass it to Hanks, going to set up Maddie Kester. Off there, blocked his hands and down. Another kill for Maddie Kester. Trojans side Baxter right back out to take a 21-10 lead here in set number 1. So Bennett's back to serve. Baxter digs that one out. They're going to set strong side. Off our blocker's hands. Good job there. Kester to get hand on it. Trojans free it across. Lack of communication by Baxter. Falls in the middle of their defense. 22-10 Trojan lead.
I've said it in my intramural team. Eye contact is deadly when it comes to free balls.
Bennett misses that serve. 22-11. Merrill checks back in for Bennett on defensive specialist.
It seemed like Bennett was trying to go short with that one and just didn't get it quite over the net.
Isabel Simpson will serve for Baxter. Bradshaw digs it. Good point recognition there by Maddie Kester as Hanks give her a little quick short set. And Kester just sees no one in that short corner and just tips it right over there.
That's a great job by Maddie, just recognizing what's open, what's not. Just great ball awareness.
23-11 Trojan lead. Briley Black's back to serve for the Trojans. She serves it to the middle. Baxter goes middle. Bradshaw to Hanks. Hanks across to Kester. Off the top of the net and down. 24-11 set point right here for the Trojans.
All you can do is just get the serve over and in.
Young freshman Briley Black's back to serve. She hits a little floater. Ace to win the first set. 25-11. We're going to step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll have set number 2 as the Trojans are leading Baxter 1-0 in the best of 5 right here on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans win the first set 25-11 in a match that just really was never that close.
No, Trojans doing a good job to start out on top and keep continuing to their momentum and their communication throughout this whole first set, really dominating over the Lions.
You don't want to get complacent. You want to hold the pressure right down to them and come out, stay just as hot as you was to start that game. And we talked about a little bit, Sarah, sometimes you said off the camera that you wish senior night sometimes was after for the emotions and all that, but it seemed like these girls here, they fed off that emotion and come out on fire.
Yeah, and I think that's what the purpose of senior night is supposed to do for these seniors. It's supposed to try to light a fire where they are thinking, this could potentially be my last time ever playing in this gym, volleyball at least, and really giving them more motivation to win this game. And I know for a fact Coach Jackson in that huddle was talking about how they need to continue to grow from here, not roller coaster down, but keep on growing and climbing the hill and being successful in this set. Because we go to 5 or best of 5 this game, so you have to be focused throughout the whole thing. You can't just let your guard down.
So Boatman will start this second set off with a serve. Baxter's going to set across the corner off our blocker's hands. Good hustle by Maddie. Maddie goes to Hanks to Franklin, and down it goes. Trojan instantly with a 1-0 lead.
Yep, Trojans doing a good job once again, starting off on top. Just got to keep that momentum going. Can't get complacent, like you said.
Boatman serve. Baxter's going to pass across. They go to middle off our blocker's hands. Boatman to Hanks, cross to Kester, and someone's in the net, but that's down anyway. They didn't call the net. Trojans 2-0, taking over where they left off in the first set.
Just doing a great job and credit to Hank. She knows which hitters are getting out and are ready to receive the ball in every situation.
Boatman serves across. Baxter goes strong side. Hanks that time got a hand on it with Merrill, her libero, in position to receive it. Baxter sides her out. 2-1 Trojan lead.
Just communication right there. In that situation, Emily is pulled up, so Merrill has, priority over her, so she calls Emily off.
Merrill passes out to Hanks. Hanks sets Kester, and down it's going to go. No power there. A little finesse by Maddie Kester. 3-1 Trojan lead.
And we talked about the Trojans keeping going where they left off in that first set. Baxter coming out of that, little break between sets, it's probably changed some things. You saw that they swung line on this left side out here.
Right there's going to be another block by Lainey Prince. That's got to be her third or fourth one so far of the night. Bennett with the short serve. She serves this one across. This time Baxter's going to set up Lainey Prince. As Baxter served it over the net, Lainey was ready for it and pounds it right back down. 5-1 Trojan lead.
Just a beautiful swing, set up, perfect all the way around.
So Megan Bennett still serving for the Trojans. Baxter passes it, so they set up outside. Megan's going to pass it to Hanks. Hanks goes to Prince in the middle. Baxter digs it. They go right side. Hanks setters out. Bennett across. And Kester for the kill through the blocker's hands and down.
Kester doing a great job following that ball and just swinging in between the blockers. When the block is not closed, that is a great spot to swing through, because more than likely it's either going to do what it just did where it kind of pinballs down, or you're going to hit a hole because the libero will be moved over and going off of the blocker's shoulders.
And right there, Baxter just did it to our defense as Baxter sides out the Trojans. 6-2 Trojan lead here in the second set. The libero, Olivia Comer for Baxter, serves us across. Trojans go. Miley Franklin's going to get it over the blockers from that right hitter position. Trojan instantly sides Baxter back out to take a 7-2 lead in the second set.
We talked about smart plays that'll give you points. One that Franklin just did right there is using the blocker to your advantage, pushing off of their hands where they have no control to push it back down, and or just hitting the blocker to throw the ball off its natural path.
Another kill by Kester, but it was all set up by a great dig back there by Breeley Merrill. Good second pass there by Bradshaw. Trojans take an 8-2 lead here in the second set. Briley Black serving for the Trojans. Black has the ball up, hits a little floater short. Baxter scrambling. They're going to not be able to get it across. 8-2 Trojan lead. 9-2, my bad.
I believed you.
Yep, lost one.
Yeah, Trojans defense and back row just putting on a phenomenal performance tonight.
What a serve there. If you could tame that one, that was off the tape of the net and straight down on the Baxter side. Ace there by Black. 10-2 Trojan lead.
If you can do it again, it's skill.
She floats that one to the middle. Baxter's going to set up backside. Blocked. Again, Laney Prince. Have yourself a game, Laney Prince. Timeout, Baxter. We'll keep it right here, Sarah. So we talked about keeping the momentum, and this timeout's breaking the action is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Player Health Alliance and Live Well Crawford County, reminding you to know your limits when gambling and know when the game is playing you. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537 for free assistance. So we talked, Sarah, about keeping the momentum. Trojans come out and win that first set pretty easily, 25-11, and they come out on fire here, leading the second set 11-2.
Yeah, keeping momentum like in this game and last set as well, you're up by multiple points. So you just want to keep playing your game and not be complacent. Yes, you're up, 9 points right now, but there are still 14 more to be played for you to win this game.
Black with another good serve. Baxter's going to free it across. Bradshaw's going to pass it to Hanks. Hanks is going to go to Prince in the middle. They can hold call number 1 in the net. Their Librero got a little too tight, evidently. You don't see that called very often.
Yeah, I was confused. I didn't see that happen, but
nonetheless, 12-2 Trojans lead here. Black still serving for the Trojan. Hits a deep floater and passes, goes over the net. Kill's going to be credited back to Matty Kester. He puts it straight down. 13-2 Trojans lead.
yeah, I love that how aggressive the Trojans are being in the front row and just making their presence be known at the net, no matter if it's on offense or defense. Trojans are not letting the Lions be a force at the net like they are.
Short ace. That's 2 ace in this service set for Briley Black. That ball just had no carry to it, died right in front of everybody. Great serve there for a freshman, Briley Black. Ball's up. Baxter digs this one. They're going to set strong side. Breeley's going to pass it to Hanks, going to set across to Matty Kester. Off there, blocks him down. 15-2. Trojans on a big run here in the second set.
Maddie just doing a great job of using the block. You can see where a lot of her kills are just straight to the floor, but most of them are coming from her using the blocks to her advantage.
Yep. Another ace serve by Black because Baxter couldn't handle it, and they're going to call another timeout as Baxter's. Black's on a big run right here. Trojans lead 16-2, and we might as well step away for a 30-second break. You're watching Trojan Volleyball on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
All right, welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, where Briley Black still serving for the Trojans, and she's just on a roll here. Baxter sets up backside. It blocked by Prince, but it comes down on Trojan side. Baxter finally gets a stop right there on a well-timed timeout. Sides the Trojan out, but Baxter's trailing 16-3.
Yep, the goal of that timeout for Baxter was just to slow momentum down, try to get Baxter lines refocused.
Bradshaw's going to dig this. Merrill's going to take second ball. Bradshaw's just going to free it over. Baxter handles it no problem. They set up nobody. They free it over. Merrill to Hanks. Hanks across to Kester, who goes deep corner right down the line for a kill by Kester. She read the defense. Takes a 17-3 lead.
Just doing a phenomenal job on the outside right there. Kester really knowing where the other players are on the defense and what spots are open.
So Kester will be back to serve. Baxter's going to go back row here, and they're going to find a deep corner themselves. They sided Trojans out. 17-4, Trojans lead here in the second set.
Yeah, but it's just a really well-placed ball off the defense. It's hard to read her whenever she's facing cross, but accidentally hits line.
So Kester to Hanks to Boatman, and then Baxter pounds it off our blockers, and down it goes. Baxter's not going to quit on you. These Trojans, even with a 17-5 lead, are going to have to continue to play. Baxter serves that out. Trojan sides them right back out for an 18-5 advantage.
And here you just got to keep rolling, got to keep playing your game. You can see the Trojans are kind of getting sloppy and complacent, and Baxter's easily creeping their way back into this game.
That'll bring Merrill back to serve. Baxter digs that. They're going to set backside, and the good there dig by Briley Black. There go back row to Kester. Baxter's going to set it strong side. This time it's through our blocker's hands and down. Good hit there by Baxter.
Yep, just great spot for that hit. We haven't been blocking line all night, so Baxter's gone there once or twice. So now instead of cheating cross, Girard needs to move out into line and block line, because now that's where Baxter's going to go.
Kester to Hanks to Boatman, and down it goes. Boatman just pushed it deep and got Baxter a little out of sorts. 19-6 Trojan lead.
Yeah, great job by Boatman. Really using that set and knowing what she can and can't do. She can't swing fully and be successful out of it. Better to play safe and go for seams.
Hanks serves it to Baxter. They go backside. That ball's deep. Baxter hits it off the back line. Trojans take a 20-6 lead here. Hanks still set to serve. Baxter digs that one. They're going to set strong side, and that one's too deep. Maddie Kester made a little offer at it, decided that she didn't want it.
Yep, heard her teammates and said, okay, I trust you. Don't touch ball.
Hanks serves it to the middle. Baxter's going to set strong side off our fingers. Merrill to Hanks. Hanks to Boatman, who just hit that and timing off just a little bit. Side out Lions. 21-7 Trojans lead here in the second set.
Erica hit that ball on the bottom of her palm, which caused it to roll. She kind of wanted to do a little bit of an off-speed kind of roll shot right there, but just mistimed everything.
That's going to bring Lexi Hatcher for the Lions to serve. Merrill to Hanks, across to Franklin. She pushes it to the middle. Baxter sets up strong side. Merrill digs it out. Hanks is going to set it back row to Maddie Kester, and she hits that one a little bit. Baxter able to maintain serve with a 21-8 Trojan lead.
With situations like that, you have to kind of play it safe because everything is already going on. You kind of just need to get the ball over, reset, and regroup.
Baxter goes middle and hits it over the back. Merrill off Merrill's fingertips. Baxter on a little mini 3-point run here. Trojans still lead 21-9.
Yeah, Merrill had to get a hand on that ball because there was a tip off the block right there.
Merrill's going to dig this one. Boatman's going to set it. Bennett takes it over. Baxter's going to set strong side. They tip it. Boatman to Hanks. Back sets to Franklin. Pushes it deep. Baxter recovers. They're going to free it over. Good pass by Merrill to Hanks to middle. Bennett pounds it down, but Baxter's able to dig it out. They free it back across. Kester to Hanks. Over across to Boatman. Good job there by Baxter to get a hand on it. They free it back across again. Merrill, Hanks, Boatman goes far side. Good read by Boatman. Down the ball goes. 22-9 Trojan lead.
Yeah, such a good job by Boatman where you're in situations like that where you're having to go to your outside over and over again because the passes aren't quite right to set a middle or even push far back to your right side. You have to mix it up. You have to swing one time and then tip it or find a hole like Erica did.
Good dig there by Hanks. Little mishit there by Miley Franklin. Let's let Baxter side out. 22-10 lead.
Franklin just let the ball drop a little too far before she tried to roll shot it over.
Baxter served across. Bradshaw mishandles the pass a little bit. Ace there for the Lions. 22-11.
In that little huddle, seniors are leading and saying, take a breath, first ball pass, get a kill out of this.
Hanks to Maddie Kester just pounds that down in the middle of the Baxter defense. So the blockers don't get a hand on it. The back row don't have a chance to dig that one. 23-11, Trojans lead. Bennett back to serve. She serves it across. Baxter's going to free it over. Bradshaw to Hanks. Hanks going to set it across. Little deep. Baxter goes, good hit there off the right side of Baxter, off the Trojan defender and down side out Baxter. 23-12. Trojans still lead here in the second set.
Trojans really need to over-communicate in these last 2 points.
Merrill off the net. Good save by Hanks. Kester's able to keep it alive. Good job by Baxter. They free it over. Bradshaw, Hanks back across to Kester. Off the blocker's hands. Baxter survives. They go strong side. Blocked again. Laney Prince. What a game for the Trojan middle. 24-12. Trojan lead.
Just an absolute wall up there in the front row. Prince, if I was facing her, I would try to swing around her, but I don't know if you can.
Man, she's been everywhere tonight. That's going to put Black back to serve for the set point. She gets it across. Baxter goes weak side. Hanks to Black to Kester. Baxter recovers. They go strong side, and that's in. Baxter's going to be able to recover for 1 point here. 24-13. Trojans lead in the second set.
Just everybody on defense was sucked in. A lot of the times, Baxter isn't going to those deep corners on hits. They're kind of just hitting where the Trojans are sucked up, causing them to become sucked up and anticipate there. But in situations where they're hitting the back line, the Trojans aren't being disciplined at home and get burned there.
Simpson serves it to Merrill, to Hanks, to Kester. Then Baxter is able to get a hand on it, but an errant pass is how this game's going to end. Trojans win set number 2, 25-13. We're going to step away for a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have the deciding set when we return. You're watching Trojan Volleyball on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents confidence to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, where your Trojans have a 2-0 lead in a best-of-5 match against the Baxter Springs Lions. And Sarah, I don't want to jinx anything, but man, these Trojan girls have come out on fire here early tonight.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, not really losing too much momentum. There are times where you do see the Trojans kind of lose focus in a way where they're not being successful or not producing, but yet they still come out on top. They still overcome that adversity and they pull it back together and start over-communicating to correct that. They have good first ball passes, and then they kind of fix what errors need to be fixed.
So Baxter will serve starting this third set out. Merrill's going to dig it out. A good hustle by Boatman. Just tip it over there by Megan. Baxter sets backside, and that's going to be out. No touch by the Trojans as they again take the first point, 1-0 lead. And so that'll put Boatman back to serve first for the Trojans. Boatman gets it across. Baxter's going to set backside. Blocked. Bennett that time. The two middles for the Trojans just been dominating on the blocks. Megan Bennett blocks that one down. 2-0 Trojans.
That's truly been the key difference in this game. We've seen a lot more blocks coming out of the middles getting to the block close. And it's not just the middles, it's also the right sides and the outsides where they're just setting the block perfectly so their partner can get there, touch the shoulders, go up, press, and be where they need to be and be a force.
Boatman missed that serve. Baxter sides him out. Hanks digs that one out of the net. Baxter sets up middle, blocked by Kester on that one. They tried to hit it through our strong side hitter, Maddie Kester, and she'd have none of it. 3-1 Trojan lead here early in the third set.
Yep, Kester just doing a really good job to line up with the hitter's arm in that instance and just giving the hitter no chance of getting through her block.
Kester pounds that one down. That was all set up by a good dig by Megan Bennett. A good set, Emily Hanks. Kester just pounds it down to the middle of that Lions defense.
The Trojans doing a great job in the back row, like I mentioned earlier, being able to get passes up to the point where they're able to be set either from an out-of-system set or by Hanks perfectly in the front row.
Baxter goes weak side off our blocker's hands and out of bounds. Baxter's able to side out the Trojans.
Yeah, Kester right there. She's just lined up with her palms facing out towards the Baxter bench. Instead, she needs to turn into the court. That way, if they use her block, the ball will bounce inside the court.
Trojans have a 4-1 lead. Baxter serves it to Bradshaw. Hanks, Franklin straight down the line. Baxter's off our blocker's hands. Merrill, Hanks, Kester. They call that in? Nope, out. Baxter point.
I don't think it ever crossed the net.
So 4-3. This is about the closest Baxter's been all night. Baxter's not going to go away. Trojan's going to have to earn it. Merrill to Hanks. Back set to Franklin. And the set just wasn't there. Nothing Franklin could do with that one.
Yeah. Just in situations like this, you have to take a moment. Maybe a setter dump right here. I know Hanks has been working on that at practice. just try to throw the defense out of system, kind of get your team a break.
Baxter blocked again by Prince. Baxter's going to free it over. Merrill Hanks, she sets Prince in the middle off their blockers. Baxter frees it across. Bradshaw to Merrill. Now Trojans are going to free it across. Baxter sets up backside. That time Prince gets a hand on it but can't block it down. Baxter takes a 5-4 lead here in the third deciding set.
Yeah, in this set, we talked about it earlier, the difference of playing a 3-set and a 5-set match. In this set, it's the toughest set probably because you're already tired. You've played 2, and now you have to win this game to end the game.
Off our blockers' hands. Merrill digs it. Hank's going to set Kessler up at the outside. Baxter's able to dig that one out. They go back row attack. Merrill digs that. Hanks back set to Franklin. Off the librero's hands it down. Kill Miley Franklin. Ties it back up. 5-5 here in the third set.
Trojans doing a great job after that little run Baxter had to finally making that stop, putting the pieces together, figuring it out without Coach Jackson having to call a timeout. They did it themselves.
Black back to serve for the Trojans. Ace as Baxter couldn't handle that. Riley Black's been a bright spot for this Trojan on back there on the service line.
Yeah, she has a great serve where it just drops right in front of the defender, so they're waiting because they think it's going to come to them. But in reality, they either have to dive for it or they have to take another step, which most of the time defenders don't do that.
Baxter with a backside attack off Bradshaw's hands and into the stands. Baxter's able to side the Trojans out. It's 6-6 here into the third set. Baxter's going to have to win 3 in a row here to take it from the Trojans.
That is called a reverse sweep.
Black to Hanks to Kester. Baxter digs that out. They'll free it across. Merrill Hanks across to Kester. Good dig there by Baxter. Baxter will free this one across. Black to Hanks. She does dump. Baxter is ready for it. They go middle. Good block by Prince again. Baxter goes middle. Off our blockers' hands and down. Baxter takes a 7-6 lead.
Just unfortunate way of the ball coming off the block there.
A great volley right there by both teams. So Baxter's serving with the lead, and they're going to give it right back to the Trojans, 7-all.
Right.
As Sadie Miller serves that one into the net.
With this serve and this rotation with having serve, you have to really focus in and be in the game here. You have to cut out the mistakes here, keep the ball as long as you can serving wise, and just capitalize.
Good block there by Boatman. Hanks is going to set Boatman up, and she swings and misses there. Side out Baxter to take an 8-7 lead. Back and forth set here in this third one. That'll put Baxter back to serve. That's number 9, Devin Hopkins. Kester's going to pass it to Hanks, going to set Prince as it wasn't pretty as Hanks missed the set way wide. Prince did all she could, but couldn't get it back over as Baxter now has a 9-7 lead over the Trojans.
That comes with court awareness too, and just knowing where you're at on the court. That could have been a really good set and a kill.
That time, Black to Hanks. Hanks across the Boatman. Baxter handles it. They go strong side and through our blockers this time. 10-7 Baxter lead, and that's going to get Coach Jackson to call a timeout.
Just in this situation, you have to regroup your girls. That's what Coach Jackson is doing right now. She's saying, we're still in this. We haven't lost yet. Yes, we're down 3 points, but we need to find what works for us right now. Swinging all the time, we've had a few hitter errors. If you swing into the net or swing out, tip next time. If you make a really good kill, keep swinging until they pick it up, and then you have to find different holes in the Baxter's offense. You saw in the first 2 sets, Maddie Kester going to the the left side on your screen. I'm sorry, your right side on your screen. That corner, that back corner right there, the tees are open on the right side or left side of your screen. I do not know my lefts and rights, but just finding a hole somewhere in the defense and being successful and getting the ball back.
So Baxter serves here with a 10-7 lead. Merrill's going to dig it. Hank sets it across the Boatman, pounds it off their blockers and outside out Trojans, what they needed coming out of that timeout. Trojans still trail 8-10 here in this third set.
And now you use that. You use that that first ball kill coming out of that timeout, and you just roll with it. You get excited. You over communicate. You just use it.
Merrill serves it. Baxter's going to set up back row attack, and they're going to hit it out. Trojans on a little 2-point run here as they're now only trailing by 1, 9-10. Merrill's got the ball up. She hits it across. Baxter digs it up. They're going to set backside. Merrill's going to pass it to Hanks. Hanks going to set it across the Boatman. She's going to go far corner. And it was tipped by the Baxter. That ball would have been out if Baxter wouldn't have tipped it. Trojans able to tie it back up at 10-10.
Boatman doing a great job placing that ball where she knows the spot's open. Her and Hanks do not seem like they're connecting very well tonight. I don't know if it's an adjustment on Hanks's part or Erica's part, but doing a good job both ways of trying to figure out and work with what they have.
Baxter digs the serve by Merrill. Blocked down but out of bounds by the Trojan blockers. Side out Baxter. They take a 1-point lead. They're leading the Trojans 11-10 here in this third set.
Bennett on that block just a little bit late to getting there. Also, she is blocking behind Erica Boatman.
Baxter serves it. Kester digs it out. Hanks to Boatman in the middle. She pushes it deep. Baxter sets strong side. Kester to Hanks. Back to Boatman. She tips it to the middle. Baxter goes again. Strong side. Blocked by Bennett and Hanks right there. Trojans able to side Baxter out to tie it up 11-all.
Trojans doing a great job blocking right now. Even though Baxter's block coverage is there, Trojans are just not giving them a chance because they're blocking the ball straight down.
Hank serves it across to the middle. Baxter goes strong side and off the Trojan blockers and down. Side out Baxter takes a 12-11 lead.
Just that block was good. Like the timing and everything was really good. Just needs to move a little bit more to the right on their side to line up with that hitter's arm.
Ace serve there by Baxter. 13-11 as Sam Sheffer takes that to the middle of the Trojan defense.
Just a really hard serve to judge. Again, we talked about floaters like that. They just die right in front of you. You think they're coming right to you, and then they don't.
Merrill to Boatman across to Franklin. Hill, Miley Franklin to side Baxter out to give Trojan the ball here as they still trail 13-12. But that's going to put Boatman back to serve. We're back around to our top of our rotation. Number 1 server, Erica Boatman. Baxter pushes strong side off the top of the net and down. Killed there by Baxter, and they side the Trojans right back out. 14-12. Baxter leads the Trojans here in this third set.
Just a really good hit on the outside right there. Nothing much you can do about that.
So Boatman has a seat. Bradshaw comes back in. Merrill's going to dig it to Hanks, passes across to Kester, and that's the rotation we needed to get back to. Strong side hitter Maddie Kester through the Lions blockers and down.
When you don't have Maddie running out of the front row or Erica, which they're opposites, so it's either going to be one or the other. But if you don't have that option, you're forced to go back row if the pass isn't perfect, and you can't win a ball game playing out of the back row.
There's a little lack of communication by the Trojans. Allows Baxter to ball. 15-13, Baxter leads.
Yeah, in that situation, just lack of knowing whose ball, who gets priority over that ball. In that instance, Megan Bennett is serving, so she has to play one rotation in the back row as defense. But, you know,
Merrill to Hanks. Hanks back across to Kester. Baxter's able to dig it. They go middle. Bradshaw, Kester. Hanks able to free ball it across. Baxter goes backside, off our blocker's hands and down. Baxter takes a 16-13 lead.
you could see a little hesitation, not knowing who's going to get what, it looks like chaos out there. And in chaos moments, like I said before, you need to take deep breaths. You need to go back to the basics.
Bradshaw, Hanks across the Kester, tips it over. Baxter's able to cover it up. They're going to go now. Hanks to Prince, to Miley Franklin. Prince to Hanks, back to Miley Franklin again. Baxter digs it. They go strong side, and that's going to be way out. Side out Trojans as they trail 14-16.
Yeah, Trojans doing a good job of trying to contain things, make some light out of the chaos right there. You could see right there, Maddie Kester calls her team in and just says, everyone take a deep breath. We've got it. We're still in this game. Let's go. Let's play our game how we know how to play.
Black's back to serve. Baxter digs it, but they pass it to the middle. Laney Prince puts it down 15-16. Trojans clawing their way back in the third set.
Just an absolute job being a force up there at the net.
Black has the ball up. She serves it to the middle. Baxter's back sets. Bradshaw to Hanks, who back up, catches Baxter off guard. 16-16. Trojans have tied this game back up in the third set.
Great job by Hanks, recognizing the defense is switching back to the front, or everyone is pulling to the outside because that's where the majority of the sets have been going. Therefore, leaving that tee open.
Officials having a little conversation.
I think they're wondering if Emily should be in the back row or not. Or if they're out of rotation.
Yep. We're going to catch the Trojans out of rotation.
Yep. Baxter thought that Emily was in the back row, which would be a back row attack because her hand went over the top of the white line on the net. But since she's in the front row, completely legal, draw point.
So still tied up 16-all as Black's back to serve for the Trojan. It's a little great ace. Hits a little jump serve that just dies when it gets to the middle of the court, falls down. Trojans take a first lead since early in this third set.
To really defend that pass, you have to kind of dive for it. You can't just squat down and hope it gets to you.
That's off our blocker's hands and down. So instantly Baxter answers with a side out and ties it up 17-all.
Side out here, side out.
Baxter's got the ball up. Merrill's going to pass it to Hanks, going to back set Maddie Kester, and down it goes. You just saw that happening from the get-go. Kester off that right side pounds it down for the Trojans. 18-17 lead.
Typically, Kester has been going line whenever she's hitting from the right side, which has proven very well, but switching it up and knowing that cross is also open, reading the block very well.
An ace there by Maddie Kester, 19-17. We knew Baxter wouldn't go away easy here as they're giving the Trojans all they want in this third set. Kester has the ball up. Baxter digs it. They're going to go middle. Kester to Hanks to Boatman. Baxter's able to block it, keeps it alive. Boatman passes it to Hanks. Hanks back across to Boatman, and good dig there by Baxter. Blocked again by the Trojans. And this time Baxter couldn't handle it. So Trojans take a 20-17 lead.
Trojans doing a great job right there, getting the lead back and just playing their game how they know how to play. Going back to the fundamentals, getting a first good ball pass, and then knowing what's open on the other side of the court and just capitalizing on every ball they can.
So Trojans lead here in this third set, 20-17. They win the first one, 25-11. Win the second one. I got to find my notes here. 25-13, I believe. Yep. So they led early in the third set. Baxter come back, took the lead, and they led most of the time here. Trojans have just now come back to tie it up. Back and forth, back and forth. Trojans on a little 3-point run here. Leads at 20-17 with Kester still set to serve. Baxter digs this one out. They're going to be scrambling and no way they're going to get that one. 21-17.
Trojans doing a good job not to let that timeout by the Lions really affect them and affect their momentum. They just got to keep going here.
Ball's up. Kester serves it to the middle. Baxter sets backside. Blocked. Laney Prince. 22-17 Trojan lead.
It's got to be like 10.
Or more. Laney's just been a force as a big middle blocker. Hasn't had a lot of kills, but just, man, has she got a lot of blocks tonight. So Kester serves this over. Baxter sets backside again. They go over Prince. Black to Hanks to Kester to Boatman. Hanks going to go back row to Maddie. She had a foot on the line. Middle, going to hit it out. Trojans maintain possession here as they lead 23-17 as we're going to have another timeout by Baxter.
Yeah, luckily the refs called Maddie safe there, but in a situation like that where you're close to the 10-foot line, it's better to stay on your feet than jump and risk losing a point.
Yeah, we got away with one right there.
Yeah. But overall, coming out of this timeout, Girard really needs to keep their foot on the pedal. They don't need to let this little break affect them. Don't need to be like, oh, we're up by 6 here now, and just kind of give up and get complacent. They still need to keep playing their game like they did in the first and second set and just get to keep pushing and earning points.
Yeah, this game was tied 17-17 when Kester got the ball to serve, and she's been on a 5-point run right here. She serves this middle of the defense. Baxter's going to set backside. Black's going to pass it to Hanks. Going to go to Prince in the middle. She gets it blocked. Hanks goes deep. Baxter sets up back row. And just a good placement there by the back row hitter of Baxter to side out the Trojans and stop that little run as the Trojans still lead 23-18 in this third set.
Yeah, good job by the Trojans right there. Just trying to, or by Hanks, trying to, get Baxter defense off, but still lacking the discipline of staying home on defense, and that's what costs them the point.
Black to Hanks across the Boatman. It's blocked, but it's blocked down on the Baxter side. Trojan sides them out. It's 24-18 here. We're coming down to not only set point, but match point in a best of 3 and a best of 5. You got to win 3, and it's going to be up to Merrill, who has the ball served. She has it up. Baxter takes it to the middle. They set outside. Kester to Hanks across the Boatman. Blocked. Kester pops it up. Hanks to middle. Bennett. Baxter saves it. There goes strong side. Good dig. Breeley, Merrill. Hanks. Kester pushes it. Baxter's fighting. They go middle. Hanks setters out here. Bennett back to Hanks. Baxter, they're going to go back row attack. They just free it over. Black, here we go to Hanks. Set it up to Boatman. Baxter digs it up. They're scrambling to get it over. Merrill back to Hanks. Hanks goes quick to Bennett. And they're going to call Baxter in the net to end the game. As there's a good volley there, but nonetheless, the Baxter falls with the Trojans in straight sets. The third one going 25-18. And we're going to step away for a break. Let me catch my breath after that ending volley. And we're going to wrap it up when we come back. You've watched Trojan Volleyball on Girard Sports Live.
Today we're going going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
The Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back out here to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. We are in the Eastside Cafe post-game show. The short stack sack is back. Get $2 short stacks this Saturday after the Trojans get a sack this fall. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Eastside Cafe is a proud supporters of the Trojan athletes. All right, so we are joined here by Coach Jackson. Man, Coach, straight set wins over a tough Baxter Springs team who rallied and kind of give you all you wanted there in that third set.
Yeah, it was a good 3 sets, but 3 out of 5, not bad.
That's really good. Yeah, you come out on fire on senior night, not a lot of distractions, it didn't look like, and just from the get-go just was on fire.
Yeah, the energy definitely was there. I think partially because Erica was back in our rotation. She's a big part of Girard Volleyball and has brought us a lot of success. So it was glad to have her back, and I think the girls were all excited about that.
Yeah, they look good. So 21-11 right now, I do believe.
I think 22-11 now.
22-11, yeah. So and we was talking there before the game started. We don't know much about Sub-State yet, but do you have any hunches of whatever? I mean, you going to play here? I mean, do you get to travel?
I have a hunch that we're going to end up with that first round here at home would be my guess. But until teams put things in at Keisha, we really have no idea. We'll know Sunday.
Okay, Sunday. So, yeah, keep me informed here, Coach, and we'll try to relay it all to all our listeners. Overall, give me a recap. This is only the second time Girard Sports Live has been able to cover you girls, but man, I like what I see on the court. You've done a great job with these girls.
Thank you. Yeah, they look good. I mean, against Baxter, you could see that we were working their line pretty hard there in the deep corner, and they didn't adjust very well. So we just hit it until they adjusted, and then we just hit the other way, and it was working for us. So hit the ball. That's the moral of that story.
Sarah tells me all the time, just keep it simple, stupid,
She's heard that from me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, so overall, like you said, so you played some young girls in a rotation. You did a few things different. Looked like you had one set serve receive deal where Erica was setting.
Yeah, that's a little bit different than things I've done in the past. Just because that certain rotation, the passer that would typically swing back isn't as strong as passer as Emily, and Erica has great hands, so she can step in and set that first ball. That's not an issue.
Yeah, I mean, just overall, just coaching strategies that work, and it's always nice when they turn around and work.
Yeah, well, we try to teach our girls to be smart, because sometimes you're not as athletic, and smartness gets you a lot farther in volleyball than just being athletic generally.
Yeah, I agree. So real quick, Coach, before I let you go, Sarah and I like to talk about, we come out here early through the pregame show and we get to watch some of your C-ball and some of your JV girls, and what it just takes to build a program as you've built a good one starts at the JV freshman level.
It does. And without our JV, scrimmaging my varsity every single day and busting their tails for us, and varsity wouldn't be that good. And C team's got to do the same thing for the JV. So it starts from the bottom. It works its way up the whole way. If you're not paying attention to every single girl, and I've got 23 in that gym, your program's not going to be good.
Well, you do a great job of it, Coach, and we appreciate you coming up here, and we will see what we can do when we find out sub-state positions, and maybe I'm not going to make any promises. Maybe Girard Sports Live, if Keisha allows us, can come cover one of those games.
We'll cross our fingers. You guys do a good job. Thank you.
So do you, Coach. Wonderful job tonight. Good job on the win.
All right, thanks.
That's been the Coach Jackson post-game interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Sarah, we're going to step away for another break. We come back, we're going to put a bow on this. We'll have the player of the game and just close this game out. You're watching the Eastside Cafe post-game show right here on Girard Sports Live.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back out here to a lot quieter Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium as your Girard Trojans sweep in straight sets the Baxter Springs Lion. They go 25-11, 25-13, 25-17, and in that third set, Sarah, it was back and forth. Trojans dominated the first two sets, no problem, but in that third one, they come out, took an early lead. Baxter battled back and had the lead, and had the lead by as many as maybe 6 points at one time. Trojans end up tying it up 17-17 and then went on a big run and win at 25-18.
Yeah, in that game, that last set especially, you could see just how the Trojans overcome adversity. You saw Baxter, coming back and beating Girard at one point, and Girard not stopping. They continued to fight, and they eventually got it together to the point where it was back in the first two sets and played their game and were successful.
Well, on a senior special laden night where all the seniors that come out, they all play well, and we'd hate to not give kudos though, but I'm telling you, when we got to look at a player of the game, my vote's going to go to number 15, junior Lainey Prince, the middle player for the Trojans.
I agree. Prince was such a force at the net. She was a great wall of Prince tonight. No matter where she was on the court, where the ball was being hit at, she was always there, either getting a touch consistently or putting the ball right back into Baxter's face.
Yeah, I agree. So player of the game is going to go to Lainey Prince, and it's brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Well, Sarah, we go Friday to Burlington. I hear you're not going, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got a midterm, and it is a long drive.
Yep. So Friday night, I do believe you're going to hear the old reliable BJ Harris on the call. I'll be doing some sort of camera or color work or something. But that's Friday night. Let's finish up Tuesday night right here. Girard Volleyball with a straight set sweep of the Baxter Springs Lions. I'm Jess Murphy. It's been Sarah Goebel to my left with the great color analysis of how volleyball works. And you watched it all right here on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.